Organ donation is a kind and generous act by which one person gives a part of their body to another so that they may live another 10, 20, or even 30 years. It doesn't have to be given after you're deceased. You can do it while you're still living. You can give a kidney, a part of a liver, or even part of your lungs to another human being so that they can continue to live with their families and loved ones. However, most people don't realize that in order to do this, you have to sign a little box on your driver's license. It says organ donation. Then you get a little sticker that goes on your license itself. The problem is, the United States is an opt-in system. This means that we have to physically say, yes, I want to be a donor. Most European countries, however, have an opt-out system, which means about 99% of their people are actually organ donators, unless they go in specifically and say, I don't want to donate. Whole different system, but yet we still end up with the same result. People get organs, one way or the other. So, you have two types of people, as in most things. One who supports the opt-in system, and one that supports the opt-out system. There are three general claims that I've found that basically say why they support the opt-out system. One of them is being it's better for society as a whole if everyone was donated in the first place. The other one is it would relieve the families who are grieving of the decision-making to donate because it already being made for them. And the third one is that it would boost the number of donations. And some of the things are all true, but the bigger problem is it just doesn't work here in the U.S. In Europe, perhaps, but not here. So, using the opt-out system as a primary way of donating means that everyone donates regardless, and unless somebody is there to say that you don't want to, you end up doing so anyway. We in the United States value our civil liberties and our freedoms, and saying that the government somehow already owns our body before we're even deceased kind of rubs us against the wrong way. The other thing is, when people say, oh, it will relieve you of the burden of having to decide because, well, say it for you, right? I don't want somebody else telling me what I can and can't do with my body after I'm dead. So religious leaders have all got together and pretty much, for the most part, said, you know what? That's an individual choice, and we prefer to keep it that way. That way, say somebody who is a devout Judaism practitioner isn't forced into organ donation, and nobody else knows that. If I convert and no one knows, then no one can follow my wishes after I'm deceased. The other thing that is to be taken into consideration is that when we talk about organ donation, we're talking about a state of being after we're deceased. But because you can give while you're living, you have to consider that the boost in donations doesn't really matter because they prefer healthy organs. And the reason that we prefer healthy organs is that it allows people to heal faster if they've got new, healthier tissue rather than somebody who's been deceased and probably has a plethora of medications coursing through them. The big problem you come to is when it comes to the opt-out and opt-in system, they're not perfect, but no system really is. And if we were to allow something like this to go before the politicians for them to argue about, is really anything else in the last 10 years. Constant bickering from both sides, no solutions being made, and yet the same system will still be in place. Rather, we should be educating people, telling them what the correct system is, what's available, and what they can do about it. One of the things that I suggested that we do is we educate people. We go from classroom to classroom, high schools, colleges, and tell them, these are your options, and this is what you should be considering. Some people who say that we should be using the opt-out system suggest that the reason is, well, don't we all want to be altruistic? Don't we all want to be generous? Well, that's a personal thing. If I want to give, then I should be allowed to choose to give. If you want to give, you should be allowed to choose to give. Not it's a mandated, regulatory guarantee of when I die, here's my organs, unless somebody steps up. And that's the only way that keeps from happening. Is a family member or next of kin has to be located and found and basically decide what the wishes are. That's not a system we should be living in, especially when we were founded to believe that every single choice that we make is our choice, not to be mandated, not to be told to us. We're adults and we should be treated accordingly, and this is one of those decisions that every person should be able to make. as long as they make an informed one. While the system isn't perfect, and no system is, both have their benefits. But the truth of the matter is, we're Americans, and we like having our freedoms. To be able to choose, do we want to go to Crystal or Burger King? Do we want to go seek help, or would we rather just sit at home and let the wound fester? I prefer to choose to donate my organs. And if somebody else wants to, that's great, and I really support that. But I would hate the idea that I've been told to do something in my body that is no one else's business.